Hi, folks. This is Sean Hyman, and I wanted to talk to you today about intraday trading strategy. Looking at the pound dollar on the 15-minute chart, and this goes over 10 days. So each candle is 15 minutes in time, and it goes back over 10 different days. You'll see I've got some markers on here. These are 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time each and every day over the past handful of days. And what you'll see is that the market will get very volatile, and then it dies off and goes into a lull. And then when around so leading up to or right at 3 a.m., you'll see that volatility kicks in again. And the reason why that is because overnight, in the evening hours, so let me back up. The pound trades in the UK session. The UK session goes from 3 a.m. Eastern until 12 p.m. Eastern. And so during the latter part of the U.S. session and in the Asian session, which is our evening time hours, Asia kicks in about 7 p.m. Eastern and goes on into the start of the UK session. And so there's a lull in there because there's not a lot of trading going on of anything European during the Asian session. And so you go from big volatile trading to this mundane little range beforehand. And then just before the session starts, to when the session starts, there's a lot of volatility that kicks up. And so what you can do is you can define the ranges that were in place before the 3 p.m. period as things were meandering around. And then when there's a breakout, you get a closed candle below. You can short in this case if it's a breakout south, or you could go long and buy if it was a breakout north. And you'll see that there was a huge move that followed. Let me erase these lines, and then I'll show you another one. Here was one previous to this 3 p.m. 3 a.m. Period. Settles into a range here. So a little before 3, about 2 a.m. or so Eastern Standard Time, somebody can mark off their range, and then whether there's a breakout above or below the range, it's tradable. So it first breaks out above the range right before the session starts, and that's tradable. And then it trades through the range and trades to the south side, which is again tradable. So both barriers and both breaches are tradable, even if they cross, just hours later or whatever. It's still tradable, and you'll see a big huge move there, pop back up, and then this big slam afterwards. So these produce some really huge moves, some really volatile trades, some very directional trades, and that's what you want when you're doing breakout momentum type of trading. You want decisive momentum type trades, and so people start loading up on the pound, going just right, as Asia is dying down and the European session is about to kick off, and right as the European session does officially kick off, and their stock markets crank open at 3 a.m. Eastern, and so lots of volume happens there. The European session is your biggest volume market. Has a lot of your biggest movement and volatility in it, so a lot of pips to be gained. So if you're an early riser, or if you want one of your surest shots at pips, catch this 3 a.m. Breakout. You'd have to be up a little earlier. It's about 2:30, somewhere around in there, to define your ranges. And sometimes there'll be like a channel. Sometimes it won't be just a complete sideways range. I'll give you an example. Let me pull this off. This was a little bit choppier because getting ready to go into 4th of July holidays here in the States and stuff like that. But like right here, you really had more of an angled move like this, like this. And so what you would do is you would just carry those on over into the 3 a.m. time slot. And when you get that break, it's tradable. And then when you get a break up above it through there, it's tradable again. This one here was a more sideways range, and any breaks above that were tradable. You got to be nimble because they can hook around and reverse, but there's pips to be made as it breaks out. And then move your stops or take partial profits on lots. If it goes back through, those are some of the best trades that you'll see is when they actually hook and come back through the other side, because the first side, if it's more of a fake out move, which is still able to be profited from, the more decisive, more lasting move, more distinct move will be on the other side. And so just something to think there, like right here, it pushed through. This was a shorter move, then it reversed and came up through it, and here was the larger move. And the same thing here. Uh, there was a spike above this range here. It reversed, and then the huge move came back through the range before the 3 a.m. period and down. And so lots of movement, lots of volatility to be had there around the 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time frame on pound dollar and other pound pairs as well. You can do this on pound yen and things of that sort as well. But pound dollar being your major is going to have the most volume, the tightest spreads, the most liquidity, etc. Then, and so it's a favorite of ones to watch when they trade the 3 a.m. breakout when the UK session begins and opens up. So just wanted to share that tip with you. Hope that you enjoy that, and hope to hear some of you trading it and hear what you thought about it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.